Welcome, listeners, to Knol, the audio summary series. If you've ever dreamed of starting something new and making a meaningful impact, today's episode is for you. We're diving into The Art of the Start by Kawasaki, one of the most influential minds in the entrepreneurial space. This book isn't just a set of guidelines. It's a treasure trove of wisdom for anyone who's ever thought, I have an idea, now what? Whether you're plotting to launch a business, disrupt an industry, or kick off a social movement, The Art of the Start provides the essential steps for beginning your journey. Get ready to be inspired as we explore insights that will help you overcome hurdles and ignite your passion project. Let's turn that dream into a reality starting now. So let's talk about the crucial first step that Kawasaki hammers home in The Art of the Start, the sheer importance of just getting started. It's about overcoming that initial resistance, that daunting inertia, which holds so many of us back from turning our ideas into realities. Kawasaki doesn't sugarcoat it. Starting is hard, but it's also absolutely necessary. He compares beginning a new venture to pushing a boulder uphill. Yes, it's challenging at first, but once you've started, momentum begins to build, and the process becomes a little easier as you go along. Kawasaki encourages readers not to wait for the perfect moment, because in entrepreneurship, that moment rarely arrives. It's not about having everything figured out down to the last detail. It's about taking action, making the first move, and allowing your plan to evolve. We've all heard that old saying, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. In the context of starting a new business or project, that step is a leap of faith, propelled by passion and vision. Remember, every successful company you can think of, from Apple to Zendesk, started with someone taking that all-important leap. They didn't wait for permission or for someone else to lead the way. They just started. That's the message Kawasaki wants us to grasp. The art is in the starting. So if you have an idea that you believe in, the time to act on it is now. Embrace the uncertainty, the fear, and the excitement, because that's all part of the journey, a journey that you have the power to commence at this very moment. In The Art of the Start, Kawasaki drives home a critical strategy for budding entrepreneurs: the power of the niche focus. Now, you might be wondering, why narrow down your market when you could go broad and appeal to everyone? Kawasaki argues that this laser-focus approach actually grants you the opportunity to tailor your product or service to meet the specific needs and desires of a targeted group. It's all about being a big fish in a small pond. This specialization allows you to become an expert in your field, a go-to authority, which is invaluable for a startup trying to stand out in a saturated market. By zeroing in on a niche, you're also better equipped to communicate with your customers, personalize your offerings, and create a strong community around your brand. Kawasaki makes it crystal clear. A tightly defined niche can lead to not just greater success, but also lay a strong foundation for future expansion. Think about it. When you know your audience intimately, you can cater to them in ways the giants of industry can't. This is the sweet spot for startups, where innovation thrives and truly disruptive products and services are born. In the end, when you focus on a niche, you're not limiting your business, you're setting it up to soar. Now let's delve into one of the most critical parts of any startup journey: creating a business plan. Kawasaki puts a unique spin on this. He argues for something lean and powerful, a plan that gets to the point without fluff or filler. He urges entrepreneurs to focus on the core elements, pinpointing your unique value proposition, understanding your target market intimately, and laying out a realistic financial forecast that doesn't just showcase profits, but also acknowledges the hurdles ahead. Kawasaki recommends that you keep your business plan short and sweet, a maximum of 20 pages. In it, you must articulate your objectives crisply and clearly, making it something any investor can read and grasp quickly. Include concrete milestones so that you, your team, and your investors have a clear sense of the path ahead. Remember to conduct thorough research to validate the market need, because a business plan is not just a forecast. It's a testament to your understanding of the market. He also advises embracing the art of storytelling in your plan, allowing your passion to shine through. This makes for not just a realistic, but also a compelling narrative that can win people over. After all, it's not just about profit and pragmatics. It's also about people and passion. Kawasaki's perspective is refreshing. He ensures that the business plan, a potentially tedious document, becomes an engaging, strategic, and living guide that can steer a startup toward success. In the tough world of startups, cash is king. That's why Guy Kawasaki champions the art of bootstrapping. Bootstrapping is all about starting and growing your business without seeking external help. It means relying on your own savings and revenues to operate and expand. This approach keeps you in control and avoids diluting your ownership by not giving away equity too early. Kawasaki insists that bootstrapping isn't just about savings. It's about a state of mind. It means being frugal, yes, but also being creative with resources. A key tactic is to focus on function rather than form. Instead of splurging on fancy offices or expensive marketing campaigns, invest in what really matters, the product. Kawasaki urges entrepreneurs to keep costs low and hustle to make every dollar count. This might mean negotiating harder for deals, bartering services with other businesses, or even taking on tasks that you could outsource just to spare that bit of cash. But bootstrapping isn't just scrimping and saving, it's also about making money. Making a sale is the best form of financing, according to Kawasaki. So, startups should concentrate on quick wins that bring in revenue, which can then be reinvested in the business. This cycle of earning and reinvesting accelerates growth and can bring your enterprise to a point where external funding, if needed, can be obtained on much more favorable terms. Remember, bootstrapping isn't for the faint-hearted. It requires grit, tenacity, and a keen eye for opportunities. But as Kawasaki points out, it might just be the most rewarding way to build a thriving, self-sufficient business that stands the test of time. When Guy Kawasaki talks about building a team, he's not just referring to hiring employees. He's discussing the creation of a core foundation that will pilot your startup toward success. According to Kawasaki, assembling a team is about finding people who complement your skills and bring their own unique talents to the table. He emphasizes looking for individuals not only with the right skills, but also with the right attitude. People who are willing to roll up their sleeves and delve into the trenches of your startup, embracing its mission as their own. Kawasaki suggests that while experience is important, what's crucial is a shared commitment to the vision and the flexibility to adapt to the many changes a startup will face. A successful team, in his view, is one that is diverse in thought and background, fostering an environment where creativity and innovation can thrive. He also points out that when choosing your team, you should be looking for people who will challenge you and your ideas, ensuring that your business doesn't become an echo chamber, but a place where lively debate creates the best outcomes. Lastly, Guy Kawasaki doesn't shy away from the importance of trust. Build a team you can trust to work as passionately about your startup as you when you're not there, and who will have your back when the going gets tough. This level of camaraderie and shared trust is, as Kawasaki would argue, the keystone of any triumphant startup venture. So as you embark on your entrepreneurial journey, remember that the team you build is as crucial as the product you sell. As Guy Kawasaki wades into the realm of product development, he anchors his advice with a foundational principle: make meaning, not just money. So, what does it mean to make meaning? In the core of Kawasaki's philosophy is the idea that the most successful products do more than just fulfill a function. They fundamentally change the game. Take a moment to think about the products that have left an indelible mark on society. Those are the ones that were born out of a desire to make a difference, to solve a real problem, or to enrich lives. Kawasaki urges us to ask ourselves, does this product improve quality of life? Does it right a wrong or prevent the end of something good? This isn't just high-minded idealism, it's keen business acumen. Kawasaki points out that when you design a product that encapsulates these values, you're far more likely to attract passionate, loyal customers and create a ripple effect of impact. Even better, you establish a company that stands for something, a narrative that resonates well beyond the specs of your product. Creating a product with this philosophy requires a blend of bravado and humility, the courage to innovate, and the humbleness to iterate. After all, the path to revolutionizing the world isn't a single grand leap. It's a series of thoughtful, diligent steps, constantly listening, adapting, and refining. That's the art and soul of creating products that not only meet a need, but also transform the world as we know it. When it's time to turn your vision into reality, pitching and fundraising become critical. Guy Kawasaki lays out the art of courting investors with precision. It's not just about having a killer idea, it's about how you communicate that idea. Here's the lowdown. First, understand your audience. Know what your investors care about and tailor your pitch to their interests, not just your own passions. Next is the October 20th 30 rule of PowerPoint. According to Kawasaki, a presentation should have 10 slides, last no more than 20 minutes, and contain no font smaller than 30 points. This keeps your message clear and concise. Every slide should work hard to tell your story. Problem, solution, business model, underlying magic of your product, marketing and sales, competition, your team, projections, status, and timeline. And lastly, the summary and call to action. Beyond the presentation, Kawasaki stresses the importance of making a connection. Use your network, get introductions, and when you land the meeting, show up ready to engage with both data and stories that resonate. During the ask, be realistic about valuation and the amount of money you need. Don't aim too high or too low. It's about what you need to reach the next significant milestone. And remember, fundraising isn't just about the money, it's about the partnerships and the mentorship that come with it. Choose investors who bring more than just capital to the table. Bring in investors who believe in your vision and can help propel you there. In fundraising, never forget the most important pitch, the pitch to yourself. Believe in what you're doing wholeheartedly before you expect anyone else to invest in your dream. That's the essence of pitching and fundraising, according to The Art of the Start. In the crowded bazaar of modern business, how does one make their voice heard? Guy Kawasaki asserts that the answer lies in strategic branding and savvy marketing. His approach starts with the foundation, a solid value proposition. It's not enough to have a great product. You need to articulate the unique value it brings to the table. Kawasaki urges startups to focus on their core message and make it resonate with their target audience. Once that message is crystal clear, it's time to broadcast it far and wide. But how? Kawasaki recommends leveraging the power of social media to amplify your presence. Whether it's through compelling storytelling on Instagram, thought leadership on LinkedIn, or engaging tutorials on YouTube, each platform offers a unique way to connect with your audience. And let's not forget the power of networking. Building relationships with influencers and other businesses can create a synergy that helps spread your message organically. Kawasaki encourages startups to think outside the traditional marketing box and find creative, cost-effective ways to gain visibility. From focusing on a clear brand identity to harnessing the power of digital platforms and partnerships, Kawasaki's branding and marketing strategies are about more than just making noise. They're about making a lasting connection in a world that's constantly in motion. As we wrap up our journey through The Art of the Start, let's take a moment to reflect on the key takeaways Guy Kawasaki shares with us. Starting is about making the leap, overcoming inertia, and turning ideas into action. It's about carving out a niche, crafting a business plan that sings, and strategically bootstrapping your way to financial independence. Remember to build a team that shares your vision, create products that make meaning, perfect your pitch, and brand your startup for maximum impact. It's your turn now. Take these lessons, apply them with passion, and embark on the adventure of starting something great. Thanks for joining us on Knol, where knowledge meets know-how. Go out there and make your mark.